Are you enjoying the 10 below zero weather today? I saw a lot of people on YouTube were making videos about what they did in 2016, and I got thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Recap what I did. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, I really don't want to look back. I want to look forward. The last few years have been pretty rough. There's a lot that's happened. I usually don't put what has happened in my personal life onto YouTube, but I'm not going to go into detail about it either now. Sorry. But the last few years have been pretty rough. And I want to look forward. So I decided I'm going to go through and kind of show a bunch of projects that I want to work on in the upcoming year for 2017. And speaking of 2017, that means I'm going to turn 40 this year. Well, I guess that's something to look forward to, right? One of my biggest goals for 2017 is getting a CNC plasma table. My business definitely has a need for it. There are so many projects that I work on. I'm like, man, if I just had a CNC plasma table, I could have this part done and be on my way. Especially when I have to make several of the same part, So I really want to do that. Not just because my business needs it, but also because my wife will probably be out of a job this year. And I'm thinking that maybe we could supplement her income with the CNC plasma table. She could do that. She's a really good graphic artist, whatever you call that. The point being, she's really good at design and that art. She has that artistic flair, that's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Just to give you a quick idea of some of her work on the wood burning stove here in the house that I built years ago. My wife drew that and cut that out. So she could run the table, I think. And also then when I'm not using it for making parts for the business, I think she could make signs and things like that as well. Not to mention little wall hanger, artsy-fartsy stuff, and I don't know. She's got ideas of her own too that she's already been talking about. She's like, why don't we get a CNC plasma table? Because I could use it for this and this and this. And I'm like, sounds good. So that is something I really, really want to do. I don't know. I've been looking at the financing. I think I can do it. It's kind of one of those things like, if I do it, I think it would pay for itself really easy. You know what I mean? But looking at the financing beforehand, you're kind of like, that would kind of hurt. So, I don't know. And also, something I want to do in this coming year of 2017, I bought a brownie box for my welding truck. It's got an overdrive and a couple really low gears in it. Let's see, I think it's overdrive, straight through, and 2 low gears, if I remember right. And I really wanted the overdrive more than anything, but I guarantee you that really low gear will be really nice when I'm out creeping around in a corral trying to get in and out of spots. So that'll be very useful. I'm looking forward to putting that in my welding truck. I really hope it's a good unit. My welding truck is geared really, really low. I think it's got like 561 gears in the rear end or something. Just stupid low. So I can only do about 60 mile an hour at like 2,800 RPM or something on that engine. I never ever drive that fast. I just put around at like 50 mile an hour everywhere I go, which out here on these dirt roads, that's fine. If you noticed, I put ads on my channel. I actually had a goal in mind of how many subscribers I was going to reach before I put ads on, largely because I wanted my channel to kind of go somewhere first, and I don't know, I just had a couple other reasons in my head, and I was a little bit against ads, but after seeing a couple other channels really grow really fast after they put ads on, and talking about how it did really increase their ads and their traffic, I decided to go ahead and do it. And yeah, it made a huge difference in the amount of traffic I get to my channel. It basically tripled my views per month as soon as I did that, and doubled my subscribers per month. It's incredible. So yeah, that's going to make a difference in my videos coming up too, because it'll make it a little easier for me to buy equipment, you know, like cameras and new computers and memory cards and batteries and all that crap I need to keep recording the videos that I do. Cameras are actually a disposable thing when it comes to making YouTube videos. I didn't realize this when I first started out, but your cameras only last so long. And especially when you're in an environment like I am, where I make welding videos and machining videos, it's really, really difficult to keep them clean. And not only that, but, you know, the technology in them becomes antiquated really quick. A few years ago, and by a few I mean like 5 now? I don't know. Oops, sorry for the camera wobble there. Put on my glove. My wind generator that I built got blown over in a bad storm. I didn't have the tower done for it. I just had it up on a little test stand. And the test stand wasn't good enough for the storm we had. Shot out of the prop, did some other damage to it. I want to get that up and going again because I really enjoyed that for backup power. But at this point, I kind of just need to start all over. I've lost the cap out of the end there. It's got filled with water and dirt over the years. So the bearings are probably no good. You know, the resin is starting to come apart. I got the wire exposed because I wasn't confident in myself to put all the wire in it. And I don't know if you can see very well right there, but right at the end of my glove, that wire's about wore through because something was vibrating on it. I have no idea what. I really just need to start all over. I really want to get that up in a hurry because it seems like our winters are getting worse and worse and worse. So that is high on my list. Also, this thing sitting right here, this is the first vehicle I ever bought. A 1983 Ford Ranger. Oh, she's in rough shape now. I forget what the mileage is. I think I'm pushing 300,000 miles on her. Did rebuild the engine once. I did all the work myself. Ran into a cow and completely rebuilt the front end. It's a different hood and grill and fender. This fender over here is the same fender though, after I straightened it out a little bit. But I want to get it running because I want to start using it around the farm again. And I was doing the edit here, and I realized I didn't tell you what is wrong with this little Ranger. And that is I have at least 2 valves that are broken in it. Not quite sure what happened. I have a feeling I over-revved it when I was mudding one day. So, yeah, the engine is needing some work. Let's see, I put the 2.8 liter V6 in it. It had a 4-cylinder. I'm kind of thinking about going back with the 4-cylinder if I could find one. Find an electronic fuel injection 4-cylinder and put in it. Or, what I'd really like to do is find a small diesel engine. Like, seriously, a little 3-cylinder Kubota, like a 2 liter, 1.8 liter. Actually, I think those are 4 cylinders. I don't know. Whatever the little 3 cylinders are. And put in there. Because I just want to use this thing around the farm. I would literally leave it in low, you know, the transfer case. Just leave it low and put around to go fix fence. I think that would be awesome. So I've got my eye open for a small 3-cylinder diesel engine. Doesn't have to be the Kubota brand, but you know, that's just what seems to be reliable and easy to find parts for. But yeah, I really want to do that this year too. I don't know if I'll get it done. Depends if I find an engine or not, I guess. My match capsule self-defense key fob thing, I thought I was just going to make them as is and ship them out to people, but everyone says they want a logo on it. And so I'm trying to figure out how to do that efficiently. I'm actually still working on making a CNC engraver for it. I've been playing with it quite a bit. If I make any progress on that, I'll definitely do a video on it. But it's just something I really haven't had a lot of time to play with. But in the meantime, I have been playing with ideas to make the actual aluminum body more efficiently. And instead of doing it all on the lathe like I have been doing, I'm thinking about making some fixtures for the drill press and stuff like that. So we'll see, but I'm still working on the self-defense key fob, and I hope to get those out in 2017. Well, this vlog has gotten entirely too long, but I do want to add two things really quick, so I'm going to just speed through them. I plan to build a lot of corral for myself in 2017, and when I do projects for myself, it's a lot easier to film because I don't have to worry about keeping track of the time and all that. So, yeah, there are going to be a lot more corral videos. Just to give you an idea of what I'm going to make, though, I've got 2 cattle guards I need to build really soon, a bunch of feed bunks, feed fence, you know, the fence that the cows can actually reach through and grab feed, and then I can feed over, and then just a whole bunch of gates and inline fence for separating pens and stuff. So, a whole bunch of that coming. I've been keeping track of all the videos that I want to do, and that includes both of my channels, though. So this one and my homesteading channel. And right now I have 52 ideas for videos written down. So there's no shortage of videos for me going ahead. Whenever I get a chance, I'll film it. And if you guys suggest stuff, I add it to the list too. It may take me a while to get to it, but I will eventually get to it. Okay, well, I think that's everything for this vlog. And here's looking forward to 2017. But I do have to end this vlog with a rant, though. Something's been driving me nuts lately. These new bottles, they're all tapered like this. At least here in the United States. I don't know if everybody else is going to it or not. I'm assuming the idea is that you can grab it better, but pop bottles, juice bottles, you know, these Gatorade bottles, everything I've seen has gone to this. And it is a terrible, terrible design flaw because they don't stay in cup holders anymore. Arrgh! This thing constantly falls out of the cup holder. Just whoop! Because that taper is perfect to allow it to come right out. It does the same thing in the car too, which is extremely dangerous because then it can roll under my feet, get behind the brake pedal or the gas pedal. I don't know why they switched to this, but this is a horrible, horrible design.